Good morning. Almost afternoon. Here I am in one of my favorite places, San Antonio. Mary and I are finishing up our gate guarding gig down here in Cotula. So we're getting our last chance to run into San Antonio, which we do every chance we get. I have to admit, as far as cities go, it's turning out to be one of my favorites. Outside of Boston, Myrtle Beach, of course. This is turning out to be a nice area to visit. You see I'm in a parking lot right now. I'm about 1 block behind the Alamo. You can see it from the rustic stone walls behind me. This is actually the back side of the Alamo. Right behind me is Route 37, so you're only 1 block off Route 37. You're in a public parking. I like coming on Saturdays or Sundays because there's less city traffic and it's mostly tourist traffic. In this parking lot, you can park for up to 4 hours for $20. It takes a credit card, and as you can see next to me, you can sneak motorhomes in here and not have to worry about being squeezed for space. So what I'm going to do today is we're going to go take my last shot at the Alamo, which I enjoyed a lot, and then we're going to go out and hit the Riverwalk for one last time this year and try for some good food. Continuing down the sidewalk, as you can see the Alamo again, the outer wall of the Alamo is on this side of me. We're coming up to the main intersection. I want to point out to you is all the cars to Segway. You'll see a couple of them right here sitting next to me. The rentals. You go on site onto their website. I'm not quite sure how it works, but I've watched them do it. They take a picture of where it is, slide their card, off they go with it, and they take a picture where they leave it. And as you'll see, as I turn the corner to the main entranceway of the Alamo, you'll see literally a ton of them driving, hopefully back and forth. We're out in front of the Alamo now. One of the items I want to point out are the monument to all the patriots who died defending the Alamo. It is by alphabetical order, so I get kind of goosebumps when I read it this side, the side closest to me, that has Jim Bowie on it and Davy Crockett, 2 frontier heroesmen that died defending our country. I'm scanning it a little this way. You're going to see here's the main entranceway to the Alamo. Up towards the left, you're going to see the iconic mark from the 1968 World's Fair, and it's called the Tower of the America. You are able to go up it and visit the Tower of America. I don't know what the cost is, but it is an outside elevator, so if you have a lot of courage, go for it. Not me. Back beyond, you're going to see the only cost to get into the Alamo. It is $5 if you want to rent one of the voice-activated tour stops. You know, the number, you press the number and it tells you about that particular position within the Alamo. But outside of that, the cost of the Alamo is free. Opposite from the Alamo, you're going to get your normal tour items. You have Tomb Raider, 3D Adventure, Ripley's Believe It or Not next to it, Guinness World Museum, and then so on and so forth as you work your way down the strip. As I walk by, here's an opportunity to see the front of the Alamo. Again, look at the amount of people walking by. For those that scooter ain't too much for them, you certainly have the opportunity of doing bike rentals. Now these bikes, these are found at 317 Alamo Plaza, are also available over at the missionaries, the missions, and you can rent them to go the 12 mile between all 4 missions. In this case, there's an idea of what the bike rentals look like and what the rates are. This is one of my favorite areas. It's an entranceway into the Riverwalk, and if you follow the stream bed, it actually goes through the hotel, comes out the other end, and on the other side you will find all the restaurants, all the hotels, the Riverwalk, the rides being the boat rides, which are a lot of fun. So again, this is one of the entranceway. Another entranceway is 1 block over is Crockett Street. I showed you parking that I did over on the other end. That's an outdoor parking. I have parked on Crockett Street and in some of the hotels. They are less expensive. They're like $10 but the downfall is that you have very twisty, rotating access ways up to the second and third floor. They're mostly to accommodate cars, and I have, as you see, a big pickup truck, and it was a tight squeeze getting it up and down with all the paint still on its side. I'm standing on Crockett Street overlooking the Riverwalk. In front of you, you'll see many tourists, river walkers, restaurants, dining establishments. Up to the right is the Hyatt Regency, where I showed you earlier, where the waterways went through it, right through the lobby. Up to the right is Rainforest Cafe. Down below, you'll see the ducks. Very nice. They do like the nacho shells that you're giving out. Joe's Crab Shack is in front of you. Margaritaville on the left, and of course Bubba Gump's. The River Walk main mode of transportation, of course, is the boats. There's 2.5 miles of commercialized boat tours. The waterway is actually a little over 7 miles, but they've only commercialized 2.5 miles. And with it, you see the beautifulness of the water, the restaurants on the side. There are 2 places to get on and off. Interestingly enough, right next to the ticket booths are liquor stands, so you can actually have drinks, margaritas, beers, as you're taking these river rafting rides, if you call it that. Also, in evening time, if you decide to stretch your day trip out, you're allowed to have dinners on a few of them. Again, reservation only. There are 2 places to get on and off the tours for the river tours. The rest of them are commercial taxis. Actually, you can get on and off in front of like the Hyatt and take a water taxi to the mall and back. And again, the other 2 or 3 stopping or points are actually tour guides that you're paying anywhere from $16 to $18 to $20 depending on your discounts. Up on the right, you'll see some of the museums that you can pass along the way. It will take you down by the mall. It will take you down by where the World's Fair and show you the World's Fair back in, I believe it was '68. It is a lot of traffic on the waterway. You can see in front of you another boat getting ready to come towards you. You will pass many boats. This is Hughes for Outdoor Staycations. It was a great weekend. Please ring the bell, like, subscribe, and try and get me over to 100 so I can get my own YouTube channel.